How does a girl with a guitar bigger than her hands go from rejection to rewriting the music industry? Imagine a girl from a small Pennsylvania town, staring at the stars, clutching a guitar almost too big for her hands. She wasn't famous, she wasn't special, at least not yet. But inside she carried a fire, a belief that music could change her life and maybe even the world. That girl was Taylor Swift. And this is not just her biography. It's a journey of resilience, transformation, and relentless ambition. Through her story, you'll discover how dreams are built, how battles are fought, and how greatness is earned. Stay until the end, because her lessons might just change yours. Every giant tree begins as a tiny seed. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13, 1989, in Reading, Pennsylvania. From the outside, her life looked ordinary. She was a farm girl who loved horses, school, and writing little poems. But inside, something extraordinary was growing. At the age of 10, Taylor picked up a guitar for the very first time. The strings hurt her fingers, the sound was rough, but she didn't care. She practiced until her fingertips bled. Why? Because she believed she had a voice worth sharing. While other kids were busy playing games, Taylor was writing songs in her notebook. Songs that would one day echo in stadiums across the world. She wasn't born into fame. She didn't have music industry parents or Hollywood connections. What she had was passion. And that's the first lesson her life teaches us. You don't need permission to dream big. You just need to start where you are, with what you have. Think about it. How many of us are waiting for the perfect time, the perfect resources, or the perfect chance? Taylor didn't wait. She began imperfectly, strumming a guitar too big for her, singing songs that no one else believed in, yet. So ask yourself, what's your guitar? What's that one small action you can take today that might look insignificant, but could change your destiny tomorrow? If Taylor's humble beginnings inspire you, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment telling us the first small step you'll take toward your dream. Let's grow together, just like Taylor did. Rejection is not the end. It's the fire that shapes you. At just 11 years old, Taylor Swift took a bold step most adults would fear. She went to Nashville, the heart of country music, carrying a demo CD and a dream. She knocked on doors of record labels, walked into offices full of strangers, and asked them to listen. But one by one, those doors closed. Some didn't even bother to hear her sing. For a kid, that kind of rejection can crush the spirit. But Taylor wasn't crushed. She was fueled. She returned home, but instead of giving up, she practiced harder. She wrote more songs. She kept believing. By the time most kids were worried about middle school drama, Taylor was already planning her comeback. This chapter of her life teaches us that rejection isn't a stop sign. It's a signal to grow stronger. Every no you hear is a step closer to the yes that will change your life. Taylor knew that if the industry didn't believe in her yet, she'd make herself undeniable. And here's the truth. You'll face rejection too. People will doubt you, close doors in your face, maybe even laugh at your dreams. But like Taylor, you can choose to keep moving forward. You can choose to turn rejection into resilience. So, the next time someone tells you no, remember Taylor walking out of Nashville offices at 11 years old, determined to come back louder, stronger, and unstoppable. If this lesson hits home, hit subscribe, leave a like, and comment below. What rejection have you turned into fuel for your journey? The world doesn't notice you until you refuse to be ignored. In 2006, at just 16 years old, Taylor Swift released her debut self-titled album. It didn't explode overnight. It was slow, steady, and filled with challenges. But the music spoke for itself. Songs like Tim McGraw and Teardrops on My Guitar became anthems for teenagers everywhere. Suddenly, the girl who had once been rejected in Nashville was climbing the country charts. But it wasn't just luck. Behind every performance, Taylor spent hours writing, rewriting, practicing, and hustling. She wasn't just a singer, she was a storyteller, crafting lyrics that touched hearts because they came straight from her own. The lesson here? Consistency beats talent alone. Plenty of people can sing, plenty can play guitar, but very few have the discipline to keep pushing, keep refining, and keep showing up. Taylor wasn't just gifted, she was relentless. And here's what's powerful. Your breakthrough may not happen in a flash. It may come slowly, painfully, piece by piece. But if you stay consistent, if you keep sharpening your craft, the world cannot ignore you forever. When you look at Taylor Swift's first album, remember this. She turned years of rejection and practice into music that finally demanded attention. If you believe your breakthrough is coming, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share in the comments what dream you're working on every single day. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's shining despite it. By 2008, Taylor Swift released Fearless, the album that catapulted her into global stardom. Songs like Love Story and You Belong With Me dominated charts and won hearts across continents. Suddenly, she wasn't just a country star. She was a pop culture phenomenon. But success came with pressure. Millions of eyes were now watching, waiting for her next move. The bigger the stage, the louder the critics. Taylor had two choices: shrink under the spotlight or embrace the fear and step into her power. She chose the latter. Her Fearless era reminds us that fear doesn't disappear when you succeed. In fact, success multiplies it. The higher you climb, the greater the risk of falling. But courage isn't about waiting for fear to vanish. It's about stepping out even when your heart races. Taylor's story here proves a universal truth. You don't grow by avoiding fear. You grow by walking through it. So the next time fear whispers that you're not ready, remember Taylor standing on stages in front of thousands, singing with her whole soul, choosing courage over comfort every single time. If Taylor's fearless leap inspires you, hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell us in the comments, what's one fear you're ready to face head-on? The brighter you shine, the louder the shadows scream. By 2009, Taylor Swift was at the height of her fearless fame, winning awards and dominating charts. But fame isn't just about applause, it's also about criticism. At the MTV Video Music Awards, in one of the most infamous moments in pop culture, her acceptance speech was interrupted on live television. Millions watched as a teenage girl stood shocked and humiliated. Moments like these could destroy someone so young. The world can be cruel, especially when you're on top. But Taylor didn't let that moment define her. She learned a powerful truth. Public failure is not permanent failure. Instead of retreating, she kept writing, kept performing, and used the pain as fuel. Over the years, more criticism came about her personal life, her music, her choices. But she turned every insult into lyrics, every setback into a song, and every wound into strength. This chapter of her life teaches us that greatness doesn't come without resistance. The higher you climb, the more people will try to pull you down. But like Taylor, you can take the pain, transform it, and rise stronger. If Taylor's resilience inspires you, drop a like, hit subscribe, and comment. How do you turn setbacks into strength? When the world tries to write your story, pick up the pen yourself. By 2017, Taylor Swift faced one of the toughest chapters of her career. After years of being in the spotlight, public narratives tried to define her. Drama, feuds, media scandals. For many artists, this would have been the end. But Taylor did something powerful. She reinvented herself. With the release of Reputation, she shed her old skin and embraced a bolder, unapologetic image. The snakes, the shadows, the criticism, she turned them into art. Instead of running from the hate, she owned it. Here's the lesson. Reinvention is strength. Too often we cling to who we were, afraid to change because people might not accept it. But Taylor showed the world that true power comes when you stop seeking approval and start owning your evolution. The Reputation era wasn't just about music. It was about reclaiming identity, proving that no matter how loud the noise gets, you can always choose who you want to be. So, don't let others write your story. Take the pen back. Redefine yourself as many times as you need. If you're ready to reinvent your life, hit subscribe, smash the like button, and share in the comments. What new chapter are you writing for yourself? True greatness is not in the noise, it's in the timeless echo. In 2020, when the world went silent, Taylor Swift surprised everyone with Folklore and Evermore. These weren't flashy pop records. They were stripped down, poetic, deeply human. In the quiet of isolation, she created some of her most powerful music, winning Album of the Year again, proving her artistry was deeper than fame. At the same time, Taylor took back control of her career. She began re-recording her old albums, reclaiming her masters and her legacy. It wasn't just business, it was a declaration. Your work, your art, your dream belongs to you. The lesson here? Evolution never stops. Mastery isn't about reaching the top once. It's about staying there, on your own terms. Taylor Swift didn't just adapt to the times, she reshaped them. She showed us that real power is not about chasing trends, but about creating timeless value and protecting what you've built. So as you chase your own dreams, remember, it's not enough to achieve success. You must also own it, protect it, and keep evolving. If Taylor's story of control and evolution inspires you, smash that like, hit subscribe, and tell us in the comments, how will you take back control of your own future? Taylor Swift's story isn't just about music. It's about resilience, reinvention, and relentless pursuit of a dream. From a little girl with a guitar too big for her hands, to a woman rewriting the rules of the music industry, her journey shows us this. Greatness is built step by step, rejection by rejection, reinvention by reinvention. The lessons are clear. Start small, but start. Let rejection fuel you. Stay consistent until the world listens. Face fear, don't hide from it. Turn pain into power. Reinvent yourself boldly. Protect and own what you've built. Her life is proof that your circumstances don't define you, your choices do. Taylor didn't just chase a dream, she built one. She fell, she rose, she transformed, and in doing so, she became more than a star. She became a symbol of what's possible when you refuse to quit. So here's the question. What about you? What dream are you ready to fight for, protect, and grow into greatness? If Taylor's story has lit a fire in you, don't leave without hitting subscribe, dropping a like, and sharing your thoughts in the comments, because your story deserves to be told too.